Shrimatre Namaha. Om Ganganapataye Namaha. In the last episode, we understood a bit of the essence of Upanishads, that is Taittiriyopanishad part 1. Now I am going to enter into part 2. Let us start off the prayer. Suryaya Suryaputraya Tejasam Pataye Namaha Namah Somaya Saumyaya Namah Shitatmane Hare. Within the Sthula Sharira, gross body is the Sukshma Sharira, the subtle body. It consists of several layers. After discussing about Annamaya Kosha, the Shruti proceeds to explain the nature of Prana and Pranayama Kosha. Just as in the previous case, Pranayama Kosha is also falsely identified with the Atman. The Pranamaya Kosha is more subtle than the Annamaya. The vital forces of Pranamaya Kosha perform the different functions of the body, digestion, circulation of blood, excretion, etc. The whole physical body is pervaded by the Pranamaya Kosha. Discussions about Kosha appear elsewhere in the book. Now, we are coming into Brahmanandavalli, third section, third Anuvaka. Till second section, second Anuvaka, complete in first. Whether they are human beings or animals, the organs follow prana, the vital breath, which enables the organs to perform their respective functions. Inside the Pranamaya Kosha, there is Manomaya Kosha. Manomaya Kosha is made up of vrittis, of sankalpas, mean thoughts. It is subtle than the Pranamaya Kosha. Section 4 and Anuvaka 4. Inside the Manomaya Kosha, there is Vijnanamaya Kosha. Vijnanamaya is the determination knowledge. The determination knowledge is an attribute of the intellect. It is a determinative faculty which guides the mind and enables it to come to the right conclusion. When the mind is in doubt, Vijnanamaya comes to the aid of vrittis or states of mind. Vijnanamaya is the owner of the states of mind. It is an agent of all thoughts. Now section 5, Anuvaka 5. Inside the Vijnanamaya Kosha, there is Anandamaya Kosha. This Kosha, means shelter, is made up of latent impressions of love and other forms of happiness. The Anandamaya is the seed body or causal body. This body functions during deep sleep. It is the Anandamaya self who feels, I am happy, I am the doer. When the mind is purified by austerity, knowledge, pious and devotion, it becomes free from tamas. Mind and buddhi are products of jnana shakti. There is ichcha shakti also in the mind of desire answers in the mind due to ichcha shakti. Through jnana shakti, man gets the knowledge on how to possess the object. The Annamaya Kosha constitutes the gross physical body. It operates during the waking state. The Pranamaya, Manomaya and the Vijnanamaya constitute the subtle or astral body. This operates during the dreaming state. Anandamaya Kosha constitutes the causal body. It operates during the state of deep sleep. During deep sleep, the Brahman, Maya, illusory power made up of three gunas: Sattva guna, purity; Rajo guna, passion; Tamo guna, inert, darkness; Annamaya kosha, inertness; Pranamaya kosha, power of action; Manomaya kosha, Vijnanamaya kosha, Anandamaya kosha. Then veil of Anandamaya kosha separates the individual soul from the supreme soul, Brahman. Now, section 6, Anuvaka 6. After discussing the koshas surrounding the indweller, the Upanishad now takes up a dialogue about the indweller himself. This section starts with handling the doubt regarding the existence or non-existence of Brahman. The Upanishad goes in great detail regarding the origin of creation. If somebody has no faith in the existence of Brahman, then he lives a sensuous life. He is vicious. He has no right conduct. This world is everything for him. He identifies himself with the physical body and other koshas, thus mistaking them for real self. He gets caught in the abyss of ignorance, ajnana. He goes through the endless cycle of samsara. The doubt regarding the existence of Brahman arises primarily due to the reason that Brahman is beyond the sensuous experiences. So the argument goes that what is not seen does not exist. This argument is untenable because the Shruti declares that Akasha and everything else in the creation have been born out of Brahman. It is common experience in the world that a thing exists if something else is born from it. If the objects in this world are products of nothing, then they could not be perceived by the senses, but we are able to perceive all the objects of creation. It stands to reason to say that Brahman exists. The Upanishad says that before creation, Brahman brooded over the matter and made tapas. He thought about the arrangement of the world to be created. He created this universe with space, time, names, and forms, wherein all beings enjoy according to the nature of their karmas. He then entered the names and forms and became many as the seer, hearer, and thinker. The Shruti denotes Brahman as not only the efficient cause of creation, but also the material cause for it. This combination of two different kinds of causes in one being is poetically described, that having created the universe, he entered into it. The Shruti also reveals in a wonderful way the truth about reality. The crucial test of the real is our abiding consciousness of it. that which appears as existent in our consciousness for all time and is not negated by any another experience is real. The universe appears so real to us. If that be so, then how much more real must the cause from whom it has derived its reality. 7th section, Anuvaka 7. After this dissolution means pralaya is called dissolution. Everything was in an undifferentiated and unmanifested state existence. Brahman transmitted himself into visible or manifested universe by his own inherent power without any extraneous assistance. Brahman is both the material and efficient cause of the universe. For this reason, Brahman is called Sukruta, meaning self-made. This Brahman is bliss itself. All sensual pleasures are only reflections of that supreme bliss of Brahman. Therefore, the seeker must believe that the Lord does exist and joy for everyone. The Shruti goes on to give a number of reasons for us to believe in the existence of Brahman. Now, 8th section, Anuvaka 8. Vayu means wind, Agni, fire, Indra, lord of the Devas, or Yama, lord of death, are all lords by themselves. They preside over different functions of the universe. They regularly perform their functions according to certain laws. The regular discharge of their functions is possible only if there is a controller. Therefore, Brahman, their cause and controller, exists. Their existence is entirely dependent on him. They discharge the duties as if they are afraid of him. The Devas are 33 in number. They are the receivers of oblations offered while performing the sacrificial rites. Who are they? They are Vasus, 8, Ashtavasu, Rudras, 11, Ekadasa Rudra, Adityas, 12, Dvadasaditya, Indra, single, and Prajapati. The Shruti tells that the being who is in the innermost self, Atman, of the man is the same as the one who gives energy and light to the sun. He is also the same as the one in all the Devas. Becoming one with Brahman is the goal of life. Knowledge is the means for attaining this end. Moksha is eternal and it cannot be obtained by rituals. Now, section 9, Anuvaka 9. This verse gives a summary of the whole teaching contained in Brahmananda Valli. Brahman is beyond the scope of speech and thought. The speech has the power of describing only those objects this world that are conditioned by name and form. Similarly, the mind has the power of knowing only those objects which have a name and form. But Brahman has no name or form. As such, he is indescribable and incomprehensible. He who knows the invisible, unqualified, unmeasured, unnameable Brahman, which is senseless, which is free from desires, which is free from relation of enjoyer and enjoyments, which is eternal, is not afraid of anything else. The cause of fear created by ignorance has disappeared. The knower of Brahman is not affected by such thoughts as why have I not done what is good? Why have I done evil actions? These two are different questions. This is because he understands that good and bad are but different manifestations of the same Atman. Dharma and adharma are different aspects of the same Brahman. This ends Brahmananda Valli. Another Bhrigu Valli of the Taittiriyopanishad explains the knowledge of Brahman through a dialogue between a teacher and a student. First Valli, Shiksha Valli. Second, Brahmananda Valli. Last and final, Bhrigu Valli. This is the third part. Now, entering section 1, Anuvaka 1. Bhrigu approaches his father and teacher Varuna to seek knowledge of Brahman. Varuna tells his son that eye, ear, mind and speech help perception. These are the gates to the perception of Brahman. You have to enter into the city of Brahman through these gates. Varuna then proceeds to give a description of Brahman. Brahman is that from whom all living beings are born. By him, when born, they live. At the time of dissolution, they enter into him. The teaching given by Varuna to his son is incomplete. Of all aids to the attainment of Brahman. Penance. The Smriti says one politedness of mind and the sense organs is indeed the highest penance. Section 2, Anuvaka 2. Annam brahmeti vyajanat annadvaiva kalvimani bhutani jayante annena jatani jivanti annam prayatyabhisamvinti tadvijnaya punareva varunam pitaramupasasara adihi bhagavo brahmeti satapotapyata sataptastaptva. Bhrigu came to know that food is Brahman because all the creatures are from food. They live by food and while departing they enter food. Food is the material cause of the food. Shet, Annamaya Kosha, physical body. So, Bhrigu concluded that food is Brahman because it has distinctive marks of Brahman. He was not happy with the result of his investigation. So, he approached his father for further enlightenment. Once again, his father recommends penance as the means to realize Brahman. Section 3, Anuvaka 3. Prana brahmeti vyajanat pranadhyaiva kalvimani bhutani jayante pranena jatani jivanti pranam prayantyabhisamvishanti tadvijnaya punareva varunam pitaramupasasara adihi bhagavo brahmeti tam hovacha tapasa brahma vijijñāsasva tapo brahmeti satapaha atapyata sahataha tapaha taptva. Bhrigu reflected over the matter for a second time and did penance. He came to the conclusion that prana or life is Brahman. Life is a cause of birth of physical body. It is also the cause for its sustenance. When prana departs from the body, death takes place. Prana only energizes the body. It is only through prana that mind and senses function. As prana is the efficient cause of birth, sustenance and death of body, surely life must be Brahman. Yet Bhrigu was unhappy with this conclusion. The reasons are prana is non-intelligent, means jada. It has a beginning and an end. It cannot be Brahman. He returned to his father. Now, section 4, Anuvaka 4. Mano brahmeti vyajanat manaso hyaiva kalvimani bhutani jayante manasa jatani jivanti manaha prayantyabhisamvishanti tadvijnāya punareva varunam pitaramupasasara adihi bhagavo brahmeti tam hovacha tapasa brahma vijijñāsasva tapo brahmeti satapaha atapyata sahatapaha taptva. His father once again advised Bhrigu to do penance, and Bhrigu did. He thought that mind is more subtle than the physical body and prana. It is intelligent also. Thought only leads to action and sustains life. Through thought only man reincarnates and takes bodies. The entrance of prana into the womb is dependent on mind only. By an act of mind only man comes into this body in Prashnopanishad. Death takes place when the man gives up by thought all attachment to the body. So, mind is the cause for the birth, sustenance and death. Therefore, mind must be Brahman. Yet, Bhrigu was not satisfied. Mind has a beginning and an end. It has no self-luminosity. So how can it be Brahman? Once again, Bhrigu returned to his father for further enlightenment. Now, section 5, Anuvaka also 5. Vijnanam brahmeti vijanat विज्ञानाद्यैव कल्विमानि भूतानि जायन्ते विज्ञानेन जातानि जीवन्ति विज्ञानं प्रयन्त्यभिसंविशन्तीति तद्विज्ञाय पुनरेव वरुणं पितरमुपससार अधीहि भगव ब्रह्मेति तहुंहोवाच तपसा ब्रह्म विजिज्ञासस्व तपो ब्रह्मेति स तपो तप्यत स तपः तप्त्वा. Bhrigu reflected over the matter for the fourth time. Vijnana or knowledge is subtle than the mind. Knowledge accomplishes sacrifice. It is the cause for the birth of the body through its acts. It controls and directs the mind, the senses, and the body and propels them into action. It is also acts as cause for the sustenance of the body. It causes dissolution by engaging in battle and brings about death. Knowledge takes the subtle body after the death to other regions and brings it back again to this earth. Knowledge appears to answer the requirements of Brahman and hence it must be Brahman. Once again, Bhrigu is uneasy with the conclusion. Knowledge is the agent of all actions of the jiva and also the enjoyer of the fruits of actions. It is associated with pain. It is not pure. It is not free from the conditions of life, sorrows, miseries, troubles, etc. Akasha and other elements cannot be Brahman. Bhrigu returned his father. He was asked to do more penance. Now again, section 6, Anuvasa 6. Anando brahmeti vyajanad andadvaita kalvimani bhutani jayante anandena jatani jivanti anandam prayantyabhishamvishanti saisha bhargatim vrarunim vidya parame vyoman pratisthita sa eva saya evam veda pratitishthati annavan annado bhavati mahan bhavati prajaya pashuvir brahmavashasena mahan kitya. This time Bhrigu understood that bliss is Brahman. From bliss all beings are born. They live by bliss. While departing, they enter bliss, not after reaching the destination. Thus, this is the knowledge learned by Bhrigu. His father Varuna slowly led him to these conclusions. Now, 7 to 10 sections, Anuvakasas 7 to 10. These later sections of this chapter include contemplation of Brahman through the symbol of food. Food is glorified as food is the basis for any living being. The Shruti says, do not speak ill of food. Do not abandon food. Accumulate plenty of food for the distribution to travelers. Do not turn away anybody who seeks shelter. Brahman should be meditated upon as being satisfaction in rain, as power in the lighting, as a fame in the cattle. All things that exist in Akasa should be contemplated as Brahman. श्रीहकान्ताय कल्याणनिधये निधयेऽर्थिनां श्रीवेङ्कटनिवासाय श्रीनिवासाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलाशासनपरैर्मदाचार्यपुरोगमैः सर्वैश्च पूर्वैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्तु मङ्गलम्.